Tying his shoes had become an engineering project. He had to sit down, hold his breath, squeeze his stomach, and pray he didn't lose balance. His kids would ask him to play tag, but he always found an excuse. His wife would suggest a simple walk in the park, but he was too tired, too busy, maybe later. But do you know what hurt the most? It wasn't the number on the scale. It was the moment his 7-year-old daughter stopped asking him to play. Not because she didn't want to, but because she had learned that her father doesn't play, and Christopher saw that. He felt it cut into him like a silent knife, but he still did nothing, because he had already failed too many times before. He'd gone to the gym 3 separate times in his life, lasted 2 months each, then quit. He tried a low-carb diet for 3 weeks, then gave up. He woke up early for morning runs, made it 5 days, then stopped. Christopher had reached that dangerous place where most people live for decades without ever realizing it, the quiet surrender, the belief that this is just who I am. I've always been fat. It's genetics. My metabolism is slow. I don't have time. Excuse stacked upon excuse until the lie becomes your identity. But there is always a day when the body says enough. It was a Saturday morning. Christopher was in the backyard with his 9-year-old son. Actually, no, he wasn't with him. He was sitting in a plastic chair watching the boy play alone. The kid kicked the ball too hard. It flew over and landed in the neighbor's flower bed. "Dad, can you get it for me?" Christopher stood up slowly. He walked over to the flower bed. He bent down to pick up the ball, and that was the moment everything changed. Because he couldn't get up, his knees locked, his breath vanished, his vision blurred. His heart felt like it was trying to escape his chest. And for the first time in years, Christopher felt genuine fear. Not embarrassment, not discomfort, fear. Fear that his body had finally reached its limit, fear that his son was watching, fear that this moment might be the beginning of the end. And right there, stuck between the flowers and the dirt, holding a child's football in his hand, Christopher realized he had reached the point of no return. 12:11 a.m., 12/11/2025. Disgyre Clow 1234 Shan. It's called Kaizen, continuous improvement through microscopic changes. You didn't try to climb the mountain all at once. You just took one step and then another and then another. But doctor, a glass of water? It's not about the glass of water, Christopher. It's about proving to your brain that change is possible, that you're not the type of person to give up. Now tell me, are you ready for the next step? What is it? Keep drinking water every morning. But now add one more thing. Put half the food you would normally put on your plate. Just half. If you're still hungry after 20 minutes, you can have seconds. But first, start with half. Christopher remained silent. This too seemed too small, but he had been drinking water for 14 days straight. 12:14 a.m., 12/11/2025 Disgyre, Clow 1234 Shan. And if you improve just 1% per day for a year, you don't improve 365%. You improve 778%. It's exponential math. One of the secrets behind these small habits is that they are keystone habits, angular habits. Habits that, once implemented, trigger a cascade of positive changes in other areas of your life. They act like a lever or the first domino. By focusing on just that one core habit, you begin to win small victories that almost automatically help you create other good habits. But there were other philosophies at work that Christopher didn't yet understand. The first week with half the food on his plate was brutal. He would finish eating and just stare at the stove, wanting more. His brain was screaming, "You're still hungry. Eat more." But then Christopher did exactly what the doctor told him. Water in the morning, half his food, walked to the mailbox. On the third day of his walk, his 7-year-old daughter saw him leaving. "Dad, can I come with you?" They walked together to the mailbox. She held his hand. She talked a little about school, her best friend, things she had never shared before because her father had always been too tired to listen. When they returned, she asked, "Can we do this every day?" Following week, Christopher started going to the corner store. Not because the doctor told him to, but because his daughter wanted him to, and for the first time in years he succeeded. No shortness of breath, no back pain. He could do it. By the end of the second month, he had lost 8 kilos. The Japanese believe that everyone has an ikigai, a purpose. Your ikigai isn't about losing weight, it's about being fully present for your family. Weight is just the obstacle between you and your purpose. That realization changed everything. Now, when Christopher didn't want to wake up early, he didn't think about water or dieting. He thought about his daughter holding his hand. When he wanted to fill his plate, he didn't think about calories. He thought about walking her down the aisle. Purpose is not motivation. Motivation fades. Purpose is the fuel that never runs out. Chapter 4, The First Fall. 3 months later, Christopher had lost 14 kilos. His clothes were starting to feel loose. Co-workers began noticing. "What are you doing differently?" They asked. "Just a few minor adjustments," he replied, smiling. But then came Thanksgiving Day. You know how it is. A table overflowing with food. Turkey, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, pecan pie. The entire family gathered, everyone serving enormous plates, laughter and conversation filling the room. Christopher tried to stick to his habit, putting just half on his plate. "Is that all?" "Are you sick?" his mother asked, frowning. "Dude, it's Thanksgiving. Forget the diet for a day." His brother-in-law laughed. "Social pressure, it's a silent killer of change. Everyone wants you to go back to who you were because your transformation makes them uncomfortable. It doesn't erase 3 months of waking up early and drinking water. It doesn't erase the walks with your daughter. One imperfect day doesn't destroy a perfect journey." Christopher felt something breaking inside him, not him breaking, the expectation of perfection shattering. "But what if I overeat again?" he wondered. "You will," Dr. Yamamoto said, multiple times. "And every time it happens, you will wake up the next day and drink water." Because practice isn't about never failing. It's about always returning. That sentence changed everything for Christopher. For the first time in his life, he wasn't trying to be perfect. He was trying to be consistent. And consistency accepts imperfection. Perfection rejects reality. Dr. Yamamoto continued. It was the moment he went downstairs to play Lego with his son, and then got up on his own, effortlessly, without even thinking. It was the night his wife suggested a walk after dinner, and he said yes without hesitation. It was a Saturday when his daughter asked to play tag, and he chased her around the yard, laughing, sweating, full of life. His wife watched from the kitchen window and smiled, because the man she had married was returning. Not just his body, his essence. Chapter 5, The Question That Changes Everything. By the 9th month, Christopher had lost 35 kilos. He wasn't just walking to the corner anymore, he was walking 30 minutes every day. He no longer put half on his plate out of discipline. He did it because his body no longer wanted more. Christopher looked at the paper. Those 5 words, Ikigai, Kaizen, Harahachai Bu, Wabai Sabai, Gamburu, explained his entire transformation. "Doctor, can I take this with me?" he asked. "You can, doctor." Yamamoto replied, "But I want you to understand one thing. This isn't just a weight loss system. It's a lifestyle system. You can apply it to anything you want to change. Career, relationships, finances, anything." Chapter 6, The Moment of Truth. In the 12th month, Christopher went for a routine blood test. He hadn't had one in years, afraid of what he might find. The doctor at the health center came in, holding the results, eyes wide in surprise. "Christopher, have you started any new treatment?" "Why?" "Your cholesterol has dropped, your blood pressure, but here's the secret. When you introduce microscopic changes less than 1% per day, the brain doesn't trigger the resistance alarms. You essentially hack your own nervous system." Another study on longevity in Okinawa revealed something fascinating. The populations that live the longest in the world don't follow radical diets. They follow simple principles: moderation in eating, constant movement, a clear purpose in life, acceptance of imperfection, perseverance in the face of difficulties. These 5 characteristics appear consistently in all the blue zones of the world. A neuroscientist at the University of London who studies self-discipline explains, willpower is a limited resource. It depletes throughout the day, but when you transform behaviors into desire, Clow 1234 Shan, that's all, 2 weeks, then we'll talk again. 9 out of 10 people don't come back. They're still searching for the magic solution, the 21-day diet, the lightning, fast transformation, the miracle pill. But that 10th person, that's the one who comes back after 2 weeks and says, "I drank water every day, and you were right. I feel different." Christopher knows instantly. This person understood. This person will succeed. Dr. Yamamoto retired eventually. During his last consultation, he said to Christopher, "You know, you never really needed me, did you? Everything I taught you was already inside you. I just gave you permission to go slowly, to be imperfect, to keep going even when it was hard, but the strength that was always yours. Christopher feels so small that it feels like it won't make any difference at all. A glass of water in the morning, 5 push-ups before bed, 1 minute of meditation, a single page from a book. Anything, but it has to be so small that you can't make an excuse not to do it. And here's the rule: do this for 2 weeks. Don't add anything else. Don't try to speed things up. Just this one tiny action every single day for 14 days. And when you reach day 14, you will have proven something to yourself. Not that you can lose weight or quit smoking or transform your life overnight, but that you can keep a promise to yourself. And that proof, that's all you really need. Because when you know you can keep a small promise, you know you can keep any promise. Then you will